so I'm going to do the tariff ones separately because these ones take a little while. So suppose that Ireland imports mobile phones from China. Demand for mobiles is that. Supply of mobiles is that. Free trade price is 20. Calculate everything. All right. So as always, start off drawing your price and quantity. Make sure you know what's supposed to be on your axes. There's our demand curve. So quantity demanded when the price is 80. Quantity demanded is 0 when the price is 0. Quantity demanded is 160. So supply, when the price is 10, you make 0. So there's supply, there's demand. We start off at a free trade price of 20. I'm just going to go ahead and skip ahead. So we put a tariff of 10 on the mobile phones. That drops the world price to 12. So the terms of trade price drops to 12, but the price in our country is going to go up to 22. So area A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So free trade, what's consumer surplus? A, B, C, D, E, which turns out to be 3,600. How do you get that? Again, calculate your demand and your supplies under free trade, demand and supply under the tariff. How do you get those? Plug the appropriate price into the supply and the demand curve. Consumer surplus, 1/2 base, which is 120, times height, which is 80 minus 20, 60, for a grand total of 360. Producer surplus under free trade, that's just area F, 1/2 of the base, which is 40, times the height, 20 minus 10, which is 10, for a grand total of 200. Total surplus is A, B, C, D, E, and F. Add those two guys together, 3,800. So what about under the tariff? Consumer surplus falls to area A. Consumers now have a base of 116 and a height of 80 minus 22, which when you do the math turns out to be 3,364. If you want to see details on how to get the actual calculation, just go to the blackboard, look at the answer key there. Producer surplus goes up to B and F, which is 288, 1/2 of a base of 48 times a height, which is now 10 relative to 22. Tariff revenue is what the government gets, D and G. They collect 10 on each of those units they still import. So that's area D and G, which is 680. Total surplus is what consumers get, what producers get, and what the government gets, which is 4,332. Where did C and E go? Those are deadweight loss. So 1/2 a base of 8 times a height of 2, a base of 4 times a height of 2, turns out to be 12. So those are all the numbers. Then we click over to part C. Suppose that in order to collect the tariff revenue, the government has to hire border inspectors. What's the most this would cost for the tariff to still benefit the country as a whole? Well, under free trade, the total surplus was 3,800. Under the tariff, total surplus goes up to 4,332 minus the cost of border inspections. So as long as that cost is less than or equal to the gap between those two, 532, yeah, the tariff still makes sense.